Some would say it was only a matter of time, but now that Tom Brady has gone to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Rob Gronkowski, the legendary tight end of the New England Patriots, is coming out of retirement after an entire year and is being traded by the Patriots to the Bucs in order to have one final go at a Super Bowl. So this is Ari Rao of ThePit.com, and today's market mover report is going to be, of course, about Gronkowski's 2010 Topps Chrome Rookie Card. This card has absolutely shot up. This was a card that a year ago you could potentially get this card for as low as $5. Now today, you'll be lucky to find this card for under $20. So already, bids on eBay are getting up to $25 to $30 shipped, and buy it now is already being listed in the $30 to $35 range. So we take a look on eBay here. So there, of course, now people are also trying to sell Topps Chrome packs from 2010. The other major rookie in this set would be Tim Tebow. Of course, Tim Tebow had he had some success in his career, but of course Gronkowski has been the much more successful player. Of course, winning Super Bowls with Tom Brady and the Patriots. So, of course, when he retired, he actually went out on a strong note. He actually won a Super Bowl before he retired. So, against the Rams. So he went out on a high note, and a lot of people were considering that he may even end up in the Hall of Fame, despite the fact that he was injured so much of his career and had a relatively short career. People thought, maybe, even just after 8 years, he had done so much as a tight end, already, challenging all-time records, just even just in those 8 years, even with all those injuries. But Gronk, he did take a year off, and he's feeling a lot better, and he feels like he's to take on ready to take on a new challenge in Tampa Bay. So the reason that he was traded by the Patriots is even though he retired, the Patriots still had rights to his contract, I believe through this year. So they actually had to trade him to the Bucs in order to fulfill his desire to go play with Tom Brady again. So the Patriots traded Gronkowski and a seventh-round pick for a fourth-round pick. So the Patriots are getting a fourth-round pick for Gronkowski, which, when you think about it, I mean, that's not a bad return for a player who's been out for an entire year, retired, really. So yeah, and there was always kind of the hint that he was going to return, but now that now that he saw Brady go to Tampa Bay, where he's starting basically completely over. The Bucks do have OJ Howard, so Gronkowski doesn't necessarily have to be the number one tight end there. But of course, Gronkowski is more than just a receiver; he's a very good blocker as well. So it remains to be seen how good he's going to be. It seems like people are pretty split. A lot of people think that it's going to just be more about the storyline of him just going to play with Brady again, which, I mean, in itself is probably worth it. But some people think that he's going to come back and be the Gronk that he was, with the Gronk spike and all that, and that's possible. I mean, it's completely possible that he comes back. I mean, Jason Witten did it. Jason Witten has already done this. He took a year off and came back and played pretty well. So it's completely possible. And Witten's a great player, but Gronkowski, in his prime, he was just unbelievable. He was even better. I mean, this guy could just drag defenders with him, like with the best of them. And even in his last year, he was still a very productive player. So, and of course in the playoffs as well. So, Gronkowski is a great player. It's very unusual to see a tight end get this sort of attention. So even you can see on the pit. The cheapest copies right now are $19 and $20, and that's actually pretty good. I mean, the prices on the pit right now are actually less than what you're seeing on eBay, and so this is a pretty cool card to hang on to. I don't think there's really a bunch of these graded out there, because, well, first of all, I think people were kind of waiting to see if he was actually going to stay retired. And of course he didn't. So, typically football is a sport that is dominated by quarterbacks, and occasionally a great wide receiver like a Jerry Rice will get a lot of attention. Of course, Jerry Rice, the all-time leader in receiving touchdowns. So So there's that. But Gronkowski, he's up there in tight ends. And if you look at the length of his career versus his stats, there's definitely an argument to be made that he could make the Hall of Fame. So if he does play one more year and has, a year like he had before, like one of his best years, that's only going to help his Hall of Fame case. And the Bucks are a good team. I mean, the Bucks have a good defense, and they do have a couple of great receivers already in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. And of course, OJ Howard is also a pretty good receiver. So, he's basically giving the Bucks an embarrassment of riches when it comes to receivers. And of course, Patriots fans are pretty upset about it because, well, obviously because it's like you would hope that he would come back and play for the Patriots, and so that really leaves the Patriots with basically Julian Edelman and a bunch of guys that are unproven, like N'Keal Harry. So. Um, it's kind of a depressing day for Patriots fans because they don't really want to see him go to the Bucks. Of course, the Bucks are in the NFC, so they don't actually have to face them very often. I don't think the Patriots are scheduled to face the Bucks this year. I'll have to check on that, but if they do, then that would be pretty interesting. In fact, they probably should just make a game just so they can play against Brady. That should be pretty interesting. So yeah, Gronkowski's rookie cards. Definitely, I don't know that. I don't know that this card is going to remain $20. Um, but of course, if he comes back and has a great year, Gronkowski is just such a well-known, nationally known figure, and he's just very outgoing and very well-known in the media. And of course, he's just this is just kind of player he is, very likable. So it's possible. I mean, it's possible that his cards could continue to grow. And I believe this is really his only true rookie card. There is a Topps Platinum as well card that's a little bit less valuable. But this is the key card that you want. It's actually kind of too bad that we don't have Topps Chrome football cards anymore because Topps Chrome football cards are actually among my favorites. So yeah. So what do you guys think of Gronk? Do you think that he's going to actually come back and have a great year? I mean, he doesn't really necessarily have to be, but he doesn't have to be a number one tight end anymore anyway. So especially with the Bucks, who are already a good team. So good offense. so so let me know what you guys think. We definitely would love to talk about it. I mean, do you think that this is a sustainable price? I don't know that it is. I mean, this card was already, in the $15 range recently. Of course, Patriots fans are among the most avid of collectors, which makes sense because, of course, Brady and his key guys, of course, and like Edelman, do well. So, I mean, Edelman's probably a future Hall of Famer himself. So yeah, let us know what you guys think of Gronkowski's cards spiking in value. The Pit actually has quite a few of these available, so beyond the ones that are listed, there are 55 holdings. So if you're looking to get into this card, a little bit cheaper than eBay and be able to get multiple copies at once, the Pit is definitely the place to get those. So take care, everybody. Happy collecting, and hope to see you trading on the Pit very soon. And that'll be it for today's Market Movers Report.